I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. There's another paid request, this time from Jamil. If anyone wants to send in any requests, you just send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And this time it is for Friday after next. The third and so far final film in the Friday franchise. And of this 4-pack, I definitely think is the weakest. This film is, I think, very underrated, All About the Benjamins. Which I guess Shout Factory is actually releasing a Blu-ray of that, which is cool. But this came out in 2002, and this is when I think it ran its course. Unless you had Chris Tucker back. But I don't even know if Chris Tucker... I don't hate the film. I think when I first saw this, I'm like, this movie sucks. Now it's like, it's not that good, but I've seen much, much worse. Kind of want that type of mentality. I'm not a big fan of this film. I think the first two are much better. Like, Friday, I think, is awesome. Next Friday is entertaining. But that's all you needed. 2 movies. You didn't need a third one. It taking place at Christmas. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, it's better than films like First Sunday with Ice Cube. Because Ice Cube and Mike Epps are a better team than Ice Cube and Tracy Morgan. I would probably rather watch these than the ride-along movies. So that's what I mean. Like, I got a couple chuckles out of this. More so from Mike Epps. I think Mike Epps, he's pretty entertaining. Pretty entertaining guy. But the plot is Christmas time. Ice Cube and Mike Epps are living together as roommates. A guy in a Santa suit breaks in. They try to stop him. They get their fucking asses kicked. Their stuff stolen. The manager, she wants the rent money, or I'm going to sit my relative Terry Crews, who just got out of prison. I'm going to sit him on your ass. And you're going to love the man pussy. And Terry Crews, in roles like this, he's entertaining because he's a big, muscular dude, but the way he plays stuff off, like, he wants a hug, and they don't want a hug, so he's hugging Ice Cube and Mike Epps, as they're really uncomfortable with it. And like I said, Mike Epps is the one that got me a couple chuckles out of it. Like when he's talking to the female manager of the place, and he says, calls her wolf pussy. Take you and that wolf pussy out of here. A chunk of the film is them taking jobs as security guards in this mall strip. Where there's like a Holy Moly donut shop. There's John Witherspoon, may he rest in peace, and then Mike Epps' dad, character from Next Friday, they've worked together at this barbecue place. Barbecue so good, made you want to slap your mama. And they're entertaining to watch. They're fun actors. You know, Johnny Witherspoon, may he rest in peace. Of course, he played Ice Cube's dad in these movies. He's been in quite a few other stuff. He was in Vampire in Brooklyn, many more. I didn't give a shit about the female manager break into Ice Cube Mike Epps' place to find rent money, and the dog bites her on the ass. Cat Williams as a pimp with this clothing store. I didn't care about that. Nothing against Cat Williams, but I'm just not sure about him as a comedian. There's an uncomfortable, almost rape scene played off for comedy, which I'm like, what the fuck? This is comedy? Which I'll get to that. Like I said, I don't hate it because Mike Epps, for example, as a security guard, he sees these women singing hymns and church ladies, church folks. And Mike Epps goes, "And heaven and angels sing will heaven and fuck all that shit. You hoes need to get out of here." Or, "Listen, they're using the Lord's name to sell pussy, so you need to get the hell out of there." Of course, they get pissed at. But he made it watchable. And Ice Cube, I will say, he seems more comfortable here compared to the Ride-Along films or Fist Fight. This seems more his wheelhouse. Now maybe that's because I think he had a hand in writing this. I want to double check. Yeah, he wrote the film. So maybe that's why he feels more comfortable. Marcus Raboy, I've never heard of this director. I don't know what he's done since. To me, it makes sense. Again, the Ice Cube meets up with another girl to be a girlfriend. I don't know what it is with Ice Cube needing a different girlfriend in every movie. It makes the character seem even more shallow. It really does, because you had Nia Long in the first movie. Then the second movie, he met her. And the third movie is a completely different person. I'm like, what happened to that thing in the first movie? Nia Long. What happened to her? I don't get that. Chris Tucker, he wasn't going to do this movie. They once again do the joke, "You got knocked the fuck out." You know what? That was funny when Chris Tucker said it. I could maybe deal with it when John Witherspoon said in the second film. Now it's played out. Was the third time. So, just repeated jokes. The third act is this party at their place where Terry Crews, because he was out of prison, he likes guys now, and he sees Cat Williams and is turned on by him, so he takes Cat Williams into the bathroom and is ready to rape him. And it cuts away for like a good 5 minutes. I'm like, is he getting raped? This is a comedy? I mean, throughout that 5 minutes, your mind's going, wait a minute, I don't care what you're saying. What's going on with this? Until ultimately, he is going to rape Cat Williams, but Cat Williams gets a clamp, puts it on Terry Crews' nuts, tears him out, lets it go. Terry Crews chases him. That's the end of that bit. And then you get this long about, I had 2 birthdays during this foot chase with the guy in the Santa suit. Where they go over here, they go over there, they go into a building. Mike Epps plays another character in old makeup and wearing long pajamas. The guy in the Santa suit gets hit by a car, and that's when Mike Epps and Ice Cube both say, "You got knocked the fuck out." They find the guy's stuff, they take it back, end the movie. I just don't think this film's as funny as the first two. And the side characters, like the side characters in the first film were entertaining. Hey, Miss Parker. You had Bernie Mac. And of course, as the first film, so you're introduced to all these characters. And Chris Tucker really made an impression the first Friday. He was easily missed by not being the sequels. Very much missed. And they wanted him, but he didn't want to do it. I'm guessing because they didn't want to pay him. Because he did the Rush Hour sequel, so it's not like he's against doing a sequel. But also, you have to understand, he found religion, so he didn't want to do comedy like... So I think that's part of it too. Chris Tucker found religion. That's why he was a lot less foul-mouthed as the years went on. And hey, teach their own. If that's cool. I have nothing against that. You know, I want to believe. But at the same time, you just separate the art from the artist. You say, okay, I say this in a movie, but I guess, I don't know. He's just not into that anymore, which is too bad. Which you can make that part of the character. I mean, Kevin Smith did that with Clerks 2, where Jason Mewes, his character of Jay is sober, but you still play comedy off of that. And if you write it well enough and you act it well enough, it could play out. Smokey got rehabilitated, but then Temptation and all the crazy stuff. I mean, if it's written well, it can work. I don't know if by Ice Cube, although technically Ice Cube wrote each of these movies. So, there you go. But like the side characters in the second film were entertaining. Sally, the skateboarder guy, the second film, he was going to be in this, but he committed suicide, which was surprising to me. I didn't know that. But yeah, the guy was the skateboarder guy who's friends with Mike Epps in the second film. Apparently, yeah, he got in depression, and in between the release of that film and the making of this, he committed suicide. That was sad to hear. That was sad to read up on. Very sad. What can I say? But in the second film, I liked the antagonists, especially was it Little Joker? I forget the character's name. But he's got the little dog. He's like, what the fuck? Hey, she got a little jungle fever essay. And then you had Mike Epps, nice addition. Mike Epps' dad, all that stuff, nice additions. I liked the girl that Mike Epps' dad was with more than the girl he's with in this one. I don't know if that actress didn't want to return or what. Like, he has a different girl. Mike Epps' dad. What's his name? I forget his name. Yeah. Was it Don Curry? Might have been. Again, I can't remember. The supporting cast in here didn't do anything for me. I mean, Terry Crews, sure. But yeah, Cat Williams, the guy that owns the donut shop, the new girlfriend for Ice Cube, I don't know, they just seemed like they were running out of steam. And like I said, it just wasn't that funny. I'm sorry, a guy in a Santa suit getting beaten up by Ice Cube and Mike Epps, or guy in a Santa suit beating the shit out of them, a possible rape scene, I didn't find that funny. I'm not a prude or anything, I just didn't think it was hilarious. Cat Williams, he has a pimp outfit because he's small and he's pimp, so that's funny, right? I guess in Ice Cube's mind, I don't think it was as well written as the first two, and it seemed like they were just running out of ideas. Make it Christmas, just because. So, and the direction is pretty routine at best. I didn't feel that sense of fire. I didn't feel that sense of energy, and I didn't. Like in the first Friday, it was people wanting to prove themselves, especially Chris Tucker. And next Friday, I think people like Mike Epps, he really wanted to prove himself. I'd be like, hey, I can really make this. We don't have Chris Tucker. That's a big detriment. But I can prove myself. Friday after next. I mean, even look at the covers. Like, the first one's simple enough. Second one, okay. Then the third one is just almost a copy of the second one. And I just go rather watch this movie. With that said, thanks for watching. Again, it's not the worst film ever. This is not a rant. I could watch it for what it was, but it's not something I don't put up to the level of the first two. But it's better than shit like First Sunday, if that means anything. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.